right, well, listen, it's November 1st. Certainly not feeling sleepy with this forecast.
Yeah, we're going to want to get up and get rolling.
It's amazing.
Yeah, although tomorrow morning we may have some fog around, so you may like get up and go, it's not bright and shiny. It will happen. Just give it a little bit of time. Tonight we have a little bit of an interesting twist on the forecast through the overnight. You can see over the next few hours we will be clearing out what's left of the cloud cover that's out there now, and the temperatures are going to be coming down. That will trigger that fog formation. So you can see a little tiny cloud at 1 a.m. That's probably a sign of the fog that's going to start to form around the area, and that fog will continue to descend and thicken up, and by tomorrow morning we could have some dense fog advisory alerts out. Nothing guaranteed as of right now, but that is an opportunity. We did have one alert come out this evening that was a little bit of an issue, an air quality alert. Now, these are typically issued 12 hours in advance. This one starts now. It's on for the overnight hours tonight through the day tomorrow and clear till midnight tomorrow night. This is an issue because of the dense air that we have happening, and all the air is actually descending in the atmosphere, so it's pushing down. If you've ever driven through downtown Cleveland, or if you've driven past any of the factories around Northeast Ohio, and you see the stacks that come out, right? And their exhaust that comes out, and that exhaust just kind of hangs in a layer, and even at times it comes back down. That's going to be the situation tonight. So there's that potential for particulates in the atmosphere, and we have a lot of moisture hanging around as well. The wind is really the part that is driving all of this. There's not a lot of appreciable wind, and as the night continues, the wind will calm even more. So we'll have nearly dead calm winds in Northeast Ohio, and that just allows all the air to sit in place. We have a lot of humidity in the air right now, and so things are just going to kind of thicken up like a little bit of pea soup. The visibilities have improved drastically throughout the afternoon hours, but we're going to start to see these visibilities coming down as the atmosphere begins to cool. We did have a very stubborn cloud deck, low cloud deck. This was the fog and the cloud deck in the lower parts of the atmosphere throughout the day today. That is finally beginning to move, but the clear skies are going to allow things to cool, and with all the moisture in the air, and we're just going to have that condensation taking place, and we're going to have some fog that comes in. But west of us, they are clear. So once the fog mixes out tomorrow morning, we'll be back to the races. We'll be seeing some sunshine. That's certainly welcome. And this pattern really is very stubborn and stagnant, not just our air mass here that's stagnant, but the overall atmospheric pattern is pretty stagnant too. And this is the jet stream pattern that we have going on. When we see these big dips and troughs in the west and a big ridge in the east, it takes the atmosphere some time to get those kinks worked out. So things are a little sluggish with how it's going to be going, and you'll see that in the forecast. The good news is once it finally does start to move, we're going to be benefiting from some much nicer temperatures in the days to come. Here's a quick peek at your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast. You can see kind of how murky it looks tomorrow morning. It's not going to be rain. This is the model's interpretation of thick fog in the area. Most of it is east. We'll still have some clearer skies to the west, but by midday we should see that moving out. We could have some high clouds from the south coming our way, but I think they'll be few and far between. The good news is we have a gorgeous day coming tomorrow afternoon. Highs are going to be in the mid-60s around much of northern Ohio, and your Union Home Mortgage forecast from there, it just keeps getting on better. Temperatures are going to be going into the 60s and 70s as we head into the weekend. You can see some clouds and eventually showers catching up to us, and that's just about the time that those temperatures start to come back down. That would be your pattern change taking place, and so things will start to cool off a little bit for us.
Wow.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that we got, because it's going to change. Am I right? Something like that?
Oh my gosh. That's Russ Mitchell, everybody.
You know,
he'll be here for 11 o'clock too.
You still got it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Bye, Betsy.